my name is Katie and this is my channel So Tattered, and I am going to be sharing my mid-year WIP parade with you today. I figured I haven't been back in a while. I guess it was, it's been a minute. So I can't, and I did not do a good job of keeping up with my book of days. I'm not surprised. I was hopeful that I would be good at it, but I wasn't. And so I don't know, I can't remember what I've worked on, I can't remember what I've started, so I just decided I'm going to pull everything out and show you everything, and that way it just leaves all the guesswork out of it. So this will be my cross stitch WIP parade. This is a floss tube video, so this one's going to be just about cross stitch. If I have enough time, I'm going to also insert my haul, which is not, I don't think, too crazy for being gone so long, but it's a lot, so it'll just depend on how much time I have left over if I can do that. So I'm going to make sure I keep track of my time because my camera doesn't tell me how long I've been doing this. So I'm going to be a little rusty and out of practice and all that, but it'll be fine. So I guess, sorry I've been gone. I always have the best of intentions, always, and I thought for sure I would be back in a couple weeks, 3 or 4, but my last floss tube was with my mom, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who left comments welcoming her and encouraging her and everything. It was so wonderful to get that kind of feedback. She hasn't been cross-stitching long, and so just getting that encouragement, that meant a lot to her and to me. So I really appreciate that, and I loved having her on. I loved doing this with her, so I was going to do this next one with her, but I decided I needed to do a WIP parade instead, so she will be back on my next floss tube. And so, because I really did have fun doing it with her, and you guys really enjoyed having her too, so we'll do that again on my next floss tube video, which I'm hoping will be in July, but July is going to be pretty busy. I have a few things coming up in July. I am co-hosting a cross-stitch retreat with a friend, Jana, who works at Boxcar Quilt Shop, and that is where it's going to be, and it's just it's a private cross-stitch retreat, and it's very small. I think there's only 24 slots available, and they filled up really quick with even just our usual sit and stitch people on the first Wednesdays of every month. So I'm excited about that, and that will be in the end of July. And then before that, I am visiting my aunt in Washington, and I'm crazy excited about that. I haven't gotten to see her in a few years, and I miss her, and so I'm excited to go spend some time with her. She lives in the Vancouver area, so it'll be really nice to get up there, and I'm taking my youngest with me. He's never been to Washington State, and I think it'll be fun for him. He's super into all the grunge music from the 90s, so I think he'll get a kick out of Seattle, and so we have that coming up in July. So it's going to be a little crazy. I don't ever go anywhere without my husband. So it'll be an adventure. It'll be hard and different, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be fun. I really, it'll be good for my son and I to spend some good time together and go see my aunt and uncle, and so that'll be a lot of fun. And my cousin Jenny, I miss her. I haven't seen her since I was a teenager, I guess. So it'll be fun. And then, so that's what I've got coming up in July. So I don't know if I'll get back in July, but definitely August, and then I'll have so much to talk about. And then, so if you have any suggestions of really cool things to do in that area, let me know, because I would like to check it out. I'll be there for about a week. Okay, and then, yeah, I guess that's really it. It's been crazy, and that's why I haven't been back in a while. You never expect the crazy, it just kind of happens, and so it did, and I was busy, and then I figured as soon as my youngest one graduates high school, I'm going to have a lot more free time. And so he graduated a couple weeks ago, and I'm just over the moon excited and proud for him, and it's scary and exciting. So, but okay, so I'm going to get into my WIPs. These are in no order. I would just pull them all out and kind of set them up in piles, and yeah, don't count them. I'm not counting them. Y'all don't count them. They're just here, and I enjoy them. And I'm gonna have to say, you guys have really been really great. No one's given me a hard time for having too many WIPs, and I love that and appreciate that, because I don't need to feel guilty about my WIPs. I enjoy. I think it was Karen Combs who talked about, do you enjoy the process or the finish? And I am a process stitcher. I enjoy the process. I'm not in a hurry to get to a finish on anything. I get excited about a new chart with new colors. I get excited about what those colors are going to look like on my linen. And then I get to the point where I've seen all the colors on the linen and what it's going to look like, and then that's when I start losing interest. And that's fine. I'll get back to it. That's what happens, and I'm just being completely honest and real. So, but I love the process of it, and if it takes me years to do, it's fine. As long as I love it, I'm happy. And like so many have said, Carol and so many have said, if it's in your stash, kitted and ready to go, why not have some stitches in it? So I enjoy it much better if I am stitching on it than if it's not started. So I don't have a problem with starting anything. You asked me to start something with you, and I have it. I'm going to start it because I enjoy it. And so I'm not counting my WIPs. They are what they are. It's fine. If anything, these WIP parades really help encourage me to get back to things that I completely forgot about. And so that's fun for me. So I hope you don't get bored, and I hope this doesn't drag on forever. But it's a lot. So, okay. So I'm going to start with the one that's closest to me. Okay. So this one is this In the Sweet by La Di Da. And you're going to notice some of these I started a long time ago and haven't put in any stitches since my first WIP parade. And that's okay. Some of these are brand new and you haven't seen yet. So I think this is one that you guys haven't seen yet. I started this on Cookie Dough by Needle Bling on 46 count. This was my first time to do 46 count, and I'm stitching this from my grandmother. She has a birthday coming up, and I told myself I'm going to have it done by her birthday. And I didn't realize, okay, I love 46 count. It's beautiful, and I love the teeny tiny little stitches. I don't enjoy stitching it with DMC, and I did not realize that there was going to be a problem with the thickness of the DMC while stitching. It's rough. So, but here it is. And I mean, I love it. It's beautiful. It's just not fun. It's hard to pull those strands of floss through. The floss is beautiful. Okay. You can probably hear this. I know that it's my son, my oldest one, and he does scripting. So he's in there scripting. He's very loud today. And then my husband's off work, and so he's going to be in and out. And then my youngest one is out of school, so you'll hear lots of noises. And I'm sorry, but this was the best day I had to do this, so it was getting done. And so, but also, I know somebody said that they could hear rushing water. That was my fan from down the hall, and when it gets really hot in here, I have to have the door open, so then it's extra loud. But today I've got the door closed, so it should be fine. And then the other thing is, now that I'm thinking about comments and things that people have said, I had complaints about, I know I'm getting so off topic, I had complaints about commercials. I hate that. I'm sorry, and I wish that there wasn't a whole lot of commercials. I don't know how sometimes you can watch Flosstubes and you get 0 commercials, and then others it's just a ton of commercials, and I get it. I suffer through that with you. when I watch Flosstubes. I'm not sure. I don't have the thing on to where I get paid or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. So I'm sorry. I wish I could turn them off. If you guys know something that I don't know, you let me know and I'll turn them off. But I don't know. So that, I think those were the only things that were something was said in comments. I was like, oh, I should really probably say something so people don't think that I'm running water or that I turn those commercials on, because I don't do either of those. But yes, you're going to hear some, he's very loud today. And I don't know what it is he's scripting, some movie. Oh, I took him to see the If movie, the one about imaginary friends. We went with our bowling group and he didn't like it because there were no villains in the movie. I didn't think about that with him, but I guess that's a thing. You have to have villains in the movie for him to like it. So that was a bust, but I liked it. I only cried like 2 times. It was fun. Right, anyway, so getting back to this. So I haven't decided if I'm just going to scrap it or order silk, or I don't know. I have to make up my mind pretty quick because her birthday is quickly approaching, and so I need to figure that out. But I love the chart, and it made me think of her. Okay, my next one, ooh, this is an old one. Stacy Nash Primitives, the Jack-o'-lantern sewing pocket. And I started this one last fall. And I started it with Tina. And I don't know if she's finished hers yet, or I don't know. But I'm stitching this on 36 count baked clay by Fox and Rabbit with espresso bean. And this is where I'm at. And I do like that. I don't like stitching letters, but I love this so much that I was willing to stitch letters. There are some like that I was just like, oh, but I really love it. I can do the letters. It's fine. So that's probably why I've been dragging my feet. But I really do love it, and it's pretty. And so I tend to pick up a lot of fall things when it gets really hot in the summer, and all I can think about is how badly I want fall to come. So come like August, late July, August, I'm ready for fall stitching. So that'll get picked up soon because it's getting hot. My next one is an older one, 8 Birds. This is by Kathy Barrett. I think I started this one last summer. And I'm stitching this one on Ween Bean 40 counts by Needle Bling. And this is, I think I haven't done any more on this since the last time I showed it to you. Womp womp. But I really love the colors on this linen. These are the colors. Yes. That one would be pretty to pull out during the fall. It's got that dark fall colors. There. Okay. This next one is Christy Barron by Erica Michaels. This one I have not done anything to since the last time I showed it. Just sad. It's on 40 count parchment by Fox and Rabbit with a called for floss. Well, maybe I did do a little bit. I think I might have done the flower at the bottom. This is the floss. I can't remember who had that one that made me start it. I think it was Carol Saltbox. Okay, my next one is Martha Evans 1879 by the Scarlet House, and this was the one that was for Brenda's birthday start. And I'm stitching this on Under the Sea Fabrics 40 count Silky. this is how far I have gotten. Not far, a bit sad. And the colors are fantastic. So fun. I know more and more people are getting back to that one to finish it up. I think even Brenda has started working on hers more. There's one pile of 20. No, just kidding. Okay, my next one is Elizabeth Charnley, La-di-da. And I am stitching this one on, I don't know, it's mystery. I know I started something else on it and it wasn't what I thought it was, so I started this one instead. And I love it for this one. This one it works great for. I just don't remember what it is. And these are called for. I think the only thing that I switched was I didn't want that flower in the big pot to be white, so I switched that color out. Other than that, everything should be the called for. Okay, my next one is Christmas in My Heart by Samplers Not Forgotten. I believe Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, she has just finished hers. I'm stitching this on 36 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit, and some are the called for and some I came up with my own. And this is where I'm at. And this is the floss I'm using. I guess I'm a seasonal stitcher because I think of stitching Christmas right now. I'm like, eh. I am stitching something for a retreat. It's a secret, and it's Christmas, and I'm telling you, it's hard for me, and it's really cute. I like the design. I'm just, I don't feel like doing that right now. I want to do all the patriotic stuff right now. Okay, so this next one is Anne Got 1884 by Needlework Press. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. And this is where I'm at. Sun keeps going in and out. And these are the called for colors. I love this one. I feel like these funky colors really don't go together, but I just love it anyways, and I just don't even care. It's pretty. Oh, that's one of my favorite whips. I'm just not in a hurry to get them all, any of them done, because I enjoy them. I get them back out, and it's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while, and it's just fun. Okay, my next one is ES Spot Motif Sampler by A Female Worth. And I'm stitching this on Fabrics by Stephanie's Colonial Parchment 40 count with the called for. Those are some really fun colors. I really enjoyed this one. Another one of those ones that I put down. This is an old WIP. This is probably one of my very first starts, which I can tell by looking at my back how old they are. I've learned a lot in the couple years I've been stitching, but yeah, my back, that's pretty rough. That's okay. No one's gonna be looking at my back. This is one of the very first project bags I ever made, and so I was doing a lot of those vinyl front ones, and this is a Lori Holt one that I made. But yeah, I think this was the very first project bag I ever made. It was fun. This one makes me sad because this was my birthday start, and I don't know why. I didn't get far at all. It was my first time to ever use silks, and I think that was part of it, is I wasn't used to it, and they're so, my little Japanese grandma, she would say slickety when things were slippery. And so it's like, oh, these silks are too slickety. Come right back out. I don't know. I was struggling with it, but now that I've been using them on a few projects, I love the silks. So I need to pick this one back up because I haven't stitched on it since my birthday, I guess, which was almost a year ago. So this is Sarah Fletcher, 1841, from Hands Across the Sea. And I'm using the silks that are called for. And I'm stitching this on Heirloom 40 count by Needle Bling. And that's all I got. So sad. And it's pretty. I'll get it done. This is a bag I made to go with it. I'll get there. It's fine. She's not going anywhere. Maybe I'll pick her up on my next birthday. Okay, my next one I've worked on recently, and it's a WIP that I started last year, the Goldbird Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. I started this with Celeste. It was my first stitch along with Celeste from Celeste Creates, and I was very excited to start with her. And a lot of other people, and you guys, so many have finished, and I have not. But this is on 40 count 90s Nirvana, which is my very favorite linen, and I love it so much that I reached out to her from Needle and Flax, Rachel. I was like, can I have some more 90s Nirvana? And I'm stitching with the called for DMC. And this is how far I got. I made great progress. I did twice as much because I had this side done and then I did this whole side. And I love it so much. It looks like a painting. It's gorgeous. And it's kind of funny because when I finished it, I thought, it's so pretty the way it is. Maybe I'm done. But then I was like, no, I like it. I want to do the whole thing. But I don't know. I don't know. I could be done and still be happy. But I don't love the alphabet because I hate stitching alphabets. But I do love all of this stuff down here. So that makes me think that I really should just keep going. Or I could just do two different ones. I've been thinking about it a lot. And so since I didn't know what to do, I just stopped and put her away. Because I don't know, I didn't want to mess up and make the wrong choice. And it's in this, what do they call these? Portfolio project thingies. I made that. I forget who I watched. I think it was Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, one of her videos on how to make it. Somebody, I don't know, but I made it. And so there's that one. And I do prefer these over the project bags. They're not as easy to make as the project bag, so hence I have one. Okay, that was another pile down. pile number 19. No, just kidding. Okay, this is Peace and Plenty by Blackbird. And I had a lot of questions about this, where it's at. I couldn't find it, and it's in the Sisters book. No, it seems like an odd place to put it because you got Halloween on here, but that's where it's at. And I'm stitching this on 40 count American Chestnut by R&R with the call for floss. And this one, when I pulled it out recently, I had to frog a whole bunch, so I feel like I didn't really get to make good progress because I just frogged most of what I already had. Well, that's okay. It'll be worth it. And this is the call for floss. Something in there very loud. Okay, and then let's see, this one is Rachel Osborne 1850 by Samplers and Stitches, Carol. She has beautiful designs. She sells PDFs on Etsy, so luckily for us it's just a real quick go download it and go get it. But I love this design. It's beautiful. If you want to see it finished, you can look on her Etsy or her Instagram. It's gorgeous. I'll link her down below. But I'm stitching this on 40 count Tea Leaves by Color and Cotton with the called for DMC. And I had this one started on a different linen and didn't like it. So this is a restart and I like it much more now. The colors are incredible, so I'm excited to get to some of these colors I haven't gotten to yet. A lot of them. So that one is beautiful. Oh, and it had the matching floss tags, which is fun. She's a very inspiring stitcher to follow on Instagram if you're on Instagram. She posts beautiful things. Next one is one I started around Easter. It's the Two Rabbit Sampler by La Di Da. And I started this with Christy from Daisy K Primitives, and who has a floss tube you should watch. It's amazing. And Sandy, the duck stitchy chick. And I don't know, I don't think anybody has finished theirs yet, so I don't feel too bad. But I do think they are both ahead of me, which is fine. But I'm stitching this on 40 count Salted Caramel by number 12 Stitch Co., which this linen is beautiful. And I did change some of the floss. I love that rabbit. These are the colors that I picked. I think some of them are called for and then some of them I switched out. I don't really remember which ones and why. So there's that one. And it's in this bag that I made. This is Pride and Prejudice fabric. Or no, just Jane Austen. Uh-oh. Hold please. Hopefully I can fix the interruption. Okay, anyways, back to it. My next one is Elizabeth Hunter. I started this one with Gingershull and Tina from teamegner, and this is by the Scarlet House. And Ginger finished hers, framed and everything. It's beautiful. I have not, let's see, I am stitching this on Ursula by Tropical Stitches with the called for weeks. And I don't know if I've gotten any more done since the last time I showed you guys. And these are from Tina's shop on Etsy. I'll link it below. She had those for our little stitch along. And it's in this bag. Probably one of my favorite bags I've made. Okay, this next one is super old and embarrassing. I don't know. It'll get done. It's fine. Butternut Tavern by Stacy Nash on 40 count Eureka by Fox and Rabbit with the called for. This is one of my very, very oldest whips. And so as I cross stitch, I'm constantly learning new things about myself and things that I enjoy and don't enjoy. I don't enjoy fill-in. You would think that I wouldn't like cross stitch. I don't like doing alphabets and I don't like doing fill-in, but I love cross stitch. I don't know. Fill-in is so boring, and so I try to take it with me to retreats and things, but I don't get any stitching done at retreats, so it's kind of silly for me to even attempt it. And so that's where I am. I don't know. But this is where I am. I mean, I've gotten a lot done, but there's still a lot to do because of all that fill-in. And but I love the colors. The colors are beautiful, and I do enjoy stitching houses. I do. These are the call for colors. They're beautiful. Typical Stacy Nash. She's so incredible with colors. And yeah, I'll get it done. I think Olivia, Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, I think she has a finish on that. So she'd be a good person to go check out. And it's in this bag. This one was a stitch along, start along with Nicole. Let's see her Instagram name. Nicole, she's Nick Patterson 74, and then with Team Egner. And what was really cool is Nicole, she doesn't like cats, but she wanted to stitch this, and she redid it to where there's no cat, and it looks amazing. And so if you want to go see, I'll put it down below, but she has a beautiful finish on hers, minus a cat. She was so sweet. She made these bags for us to go with the stitch along. It's beautiful French General fabric, and that was really sweet. And I'm stitching this on Steinbeck 40 count by Needle and Flax. I think what the called for. I might have switched out blues. But yeah, it's pretty, as all Stacy Nash things are. Did I show the what you call? I don't think I did. Spring at Hollyberry Farms. Yeah, she didn't care for the cat, but somehow she moved some things, and I don't know, it turned out beautiful. Oh, and she didn't do blue. She turned the blues into pinks and reds, I think. But it is really pretty. Okay, next stack. Let's see, this one is Sarah Milthrop 1834 by Hands Across the Sea. Oops. Where'd it go? And when this came out, a lot of people started it, and I actually started it with Trish. She's Trish 61058. I think she's gotten pretty far. Roberta from the Sable Stitchers, and then Diane Sutton, because I always love starting things with Diane. And this is where I'm at. This one I was pretty monogamous on for a while, which is not like me at all, but I was enjoying it so much I was struggling to put it down. And it's on 40 count Brea with the call for 103s, which they're like in this back. Kind of hard to hold up, huh? 103s. They're beautiful. And so I really love this one. Again, I stalled out because I got to the fill-in on the house, and that's not my favorite. But don't you just love that tree? How beautiful is that tree? Or, I mean, it's in a pot, so I'm not sure if it's a tree or a flower. I think it's a tree in a pot. You could put trees in pots. There's that one. Sorry, I have to put everything away because there's just so much of it. I know I'll get lost in my nonsense. For a while I didn't do a floss tube simply because I couldn't even get into my sewing room. It's real truth. I had a hard time getting into my sewing room because it was such a mess, because sometimes I get really bad about, I'm so excited to start something or to work on something that I don't put the other things away, and I'm just like move them off to the side. So there's just be mounds of things everywhere. It's nonsense, but that's okay. I got it cleaned up, so it's fine now. But we are going to, my husband and I, we're going to work on my sewing room and get it redesigned, because I feel like it could be a better layout and work better for me. So once I get all that done, I'll take you on a tour. We're going to take out these doors. We're going to do all kinds of things. It's going to be crazy. Okay, my next one is Christmas at Hollyberry Farms by Stacy Nash. A lot of people are doing this one. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Up in the Attic by Fox and Rabbit with the called for, except I think it was mulberry. I changed it to cranberry. I really should just hop around, like do a little bit of fill-in and then go to the border and do a little fill-in, so I don't get as overwhelmed with the fill-in. That's another one that I like. This one too, it's on the 36 count, so I struggle. I'm not good at going back and forth between 36 and 40. I know some people can do it pretty easily. It's hard for me. It's a struggle. Okay, this next one is one that I started because I saw Gingershull working on it, and I was like, hey, I want to do that too. And it's Stacy Nash again. Houses of Berry Chapel Road, Turkey Hollow Farm. And of course she has a finish and it's gorgeous. So I'm stitching mine on 40 count Flannel Flower by Fox and Rabbit with the call for, except I did change the color of the dog to licorice because I wanted it to look like my dog. That's where I'm at. Everybody just leaves me in the dust. They take forever. I stitch every day. I stitch every day, sometimes twice a day, for hours. So I get things done. I just work on so many things that I don't get anything done. Okay, this next one was also, well, I started this, I bought it because I saw my friend Lisa stitching it at one of our sit and stitch, and then everybody pulled it out for a birthday start for gingershull, and I believe she has finished this also. You should follow her on Instagram, she's amazing. It's the Prairie Schooler Christmas Village. And lots of friends are stitching this and working on all those trees. And I'm stitching this on Overcast by Cedar River with the called for DMC. And that's how far I got. But that house is my favorite. I loved, of all the houses on the chart, I was excited to stitch that one, so I was glad that it was up there in the right hand corner where I like to start. And these are the colors. I'm definitely going to have to pace myself on those trees. There's a lot of trees. My friend Rita can tell you exactly how many trees there are. She's counted. Okay, next pile. Don't count. None of y'all better be counting. My next one is Mary Ann Kopp. I always had a hard time. Is that an H or a C? But it's a C, and it's Kopp. 1839 by Brenda Gervais. And I started this one with my friend Lisa for her her birthday. It was a birthday start, and I'm stitching this on a mystery linen. It's 40 count. It says 40 count, so I know that. I don't know. But this is where I'm at. I have a lot of the border done, the bones of the border. But she's really pretty. All these colors are really pretty. I know that there was discussion on changing out the orange. But I like the orange, and I'm going to stick with it. I think it was Clockwork, this one. But I think the colors are really fun, and I know when I had it out I was enjoying it. I don't know what I'm stitching that on. I'll have to investigate. And it's in a bag that I made for her and I. Ellesnaps, that's what she's on Instagram. I should tell you that. I'll link her down below. And then this one, the Spanish Stitcher Trolley, she has a floss tube, so you guys gotta check her out. She's sweet as she can be. She's so sweet. I love her. And she has beautiful designs, and she keeps coming out with new ones, which just reminds me I meant to, my printer is on the fritz right now. So, but go check out her Instagram and her floss tube. She's come out with beautiful little patriotic stitching. She's amazing. She's a Spanish stitcher, and she did patriotic stitching for us. I don't know. She's just the sweetest, and she's so thoughtful and wonderful, and I love her, and I love her designs. And I started this with a bunch of people. Cindy from the Scrappy Chick, Rosa. I'll put her Instagram down below. You gotta follow her. She finished it, and she's one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram. April from Heirlooms, Tammy B, and then cross stitching the globe with Stephanie. I think she's finished hers too, but I have not. Surprise! So this is what it looks like when it's finished. She has beautiful charts and color. They're easy to read. I love her stuff. This is how far I got. I, of course, was excited about the peacock, and then started down there on the fill-in. And the colors that it calls for are really beautiful. I'm picky about blues, and these blues are really beautiful. Oh, that's on 40 count brown gray by Extra U Designs with the call for DNC. She's great with colors. She does colors very well. Okay, and then my next one is very old. I got this as a kit from Country Sampler, and it's Come Into My Garden by Blackbird Designs. It was the first kit I ever purchased, so I was very excited about it. And it's on 36 count fiber on a whim parchment with the called for floss. And I don't think I've stitched on this since I've shown you guys, which is a shame because I'm pretty far. I think again it's just that back and forth from 40 count to 36 count. It takes me a minute to get in the rhythm of it. So, but I do love this one. If I didn't love it, you wouldn't even see it. It would not be in my parade. It would be like it never existed. So this next one is Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring. And I do believe I worked on this one since last you saw, by Blackbird. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Brea with the called for. I love Brea. It's one of my favorites. I feel like everything just looks beautiful on it. And it's so soft. I love soft linen. The colors. Next one is Manor at Quaker Hill by Brenda Gervais. And I'm stitching this on Old Stationery by Seraphim Fabrics and with the called for. And this is where I'm at. Colors. It's got that funky blue, but I've seen this finished and it's beautiful, so I'm trusting the process. This next one I really love because not only is it beautiful, but it's sentimental to me. This is Little Robin Designs, Charlotte Griffiths. And I recharted the words to fit. It was my autism. It's okay. It's autism awareness, but now it's autism acceptance. They've changed the wording, and I guess because everybody now is very aware, now we need to be accepting. And so, as y'all know, my oldest one has autism, and so I thought I would love to do something to start to just kind of think about him and honor him and all the amazing things that he's done in his 23 years, almost 24 years. and he's such a good human. I love him to pieces, and so I wanted to stitch something for him. And we have a saying that we love here. We're Star Wars people, and we say, never tell me the odds. And I even put it on his graduation cap, never tell Carson the odds. It's something that rings very true to us. So I changed the words to that, which it was my first time to ever really change a chart that much, and it wasn't real easy. It was a little difficult, but I think it turned out great. It works. And I love the colors. I love everything about this. So I'm enjoying this one. This is one that I'm enjoying stitching and getting out to work on. I can remember what I'm stitching this on. It's on 40 count Presentation by Tropical Stitches. One of my very favorite linen design dyers. She's amazing. Amazing customer service. Wonderful. I love her. And these are the called for. And I don't know. I love it. I think it's just it was perfect. Perfect for this. And I'll think of him every time I stitch it. A new pile. This one is one that you guys haven't seen. It's not a whole lot to show. It was a new start for me while I was at the Betsy Chechen retreat, and I started this for my great niece Raylan. I call her Ray, and it's her birthday, and so I started it on her birthday. But I was at retreat, so I didn't get very far. But it's so cute. Something Pinky by Stacy Nash. You know, you've seen it, the little chicken with the party hat. It's just so stinking cute, and I've seen so many people start and finish this. And oh, I forgot to remember who it was that they added the pom-pom on the hat, like it was an actual pom-pom. It was so cute. But I am stitching this on 40 count Xena by Tropical Stitches. This linen is beautiful. It is a perfect color. And that's how far I have gotten. Small start. And these are the called for floss. But I thought it was perfect for her second birthday, and she loves chickens, so I just thought it was a perfect start for that. And maybe I'll get it done by her next birthday. I had so much fun at that retreat. I'll talk about it on my next quilt too, but that was the first time I'd ever spent the night away from my husband like that, and so I was really nervous, but I had never laughed that hard. I had so much fun. It was so much fun. The whole thing was amazing. It's in this bag you guys have seen. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this one. You guys are so sick of seeing this one. I just know you are. That's okay. This is Jack's Bash by Plum Street Samplers. And I started this with Olivia and several others, and Olivia and several others have finished theirs. Not me. I'm stitching this on 40 count Presentation by Tropical Stitches with the called for floss. And I don't know if I've worked on it since you guys have seen it last, which is kind of sad. But I had like momentum. I was doing really good. 13th and 31st every month. And then when everybody finished theirs, I kind of just was like, oh, I think Lori's still working on hers too. I haven't seen hers in a minute either. Lori Textilist. So, I don't know. Her and I need to get together and start it back up again, because I think we kind of went into a slump. But I still love it. I just haven't worked on it. Speaking of Lori Textilist, I also started this one for her birthday start. It's Isabella Johnston Sampler. It's the one with the cow. And I love it. It's by Needlework Press. I am stitching this on 40 count Hemingway with my own colors. I picked my own flosses. There was a model that I saw and I wanted it to look more like the model that I saw. I don't know. I don't know. Here it is. So I have the bones done. I just need to do the rest. I just need to do all the other parts of it. But it's beautiful and I love Hemingway. That's one of the prettiest. That's needle and flax. Beautiful linen. So maybe I have never done a, what do they call that? The whip go. I'm thinking maybe it would be beneficial for me because I forget about all these amazing things I have sitting around to work on, and I don't remember them until I see someone else stitching them or when I do this. So I think maybe I'll have to do it. Let me know what you think. If you like doing it, the pros and cons and all that. I guess the con would be that it's the boss of you. And I don't like anything being the boss of me. But I could see why it'd be very beneficial to doing it. This next one, I actually saw this one in person at a cross-stitch retreat I went to. It was beautiful, and when it came out I was excited about it, and then my friend Diane Sutton, she wanted to stitch it together, so it's Isabella Keene by my sister's sampler. And it's a Christmas sampler because it has, you know, Hark the Herald, Angels Sing, but it doesn't really look Christmassy, so it's probably one of those ones that you can leave it out all year. And I probably should just stitch it because it's not really Christmassy. It shouldn't have to be. It's not seasonal. Here are, I did change a few of these colors. I remember the call floors were like, whoa, that's crazy. But at the same time, it was so pretty when I saw it at the, I saw the model. It was beautiful. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Sharky's Tan by Needle Bling Designs. And this is the tiny little start I got. I started, this was our leap year start, Diane and I. And so I stitched on it that day and thought, well, I have 4 years to finish it. So there it is. So I have 4 years, and that's just kind of where she sits. No, I'll pull her back out. Diane, let's get together. Let's pick a day to stitch on her, because I can't just let her sit all that time. Oh, these are the call for. I thought I held on to them. These are what? There's funky colors. But it's just one of those things. I mean, you see the model and it was pretty, so probably you can't lose sticking with the original colors. Okay. Grabbing another pile. Sorry. I'm just noticing there's a bunch of floss on the floor and I don't know what that came out of. Okay, my next one is Eliza Knight by Hands Across the Sea, and this one was my sampler September start that I started with my friend Diane, and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy stitching it, so I reevaluated it because I love the chart so much, and I decided I'm just going to do the bottom parts down here. And I am so happy I did that, and I'm thankful that Diane has not stopped stitching with me. She's still my friend, even though I changed it. So this is where I'm at. The last time I got her out, I had a lot of frogging to do. I had some serious mess ups, so I feel like I didn't get a ton of progress, but at least it's right now and I can just pick her up and go. But she has beautiful colors, and okay, oh, Somebody asked me on Instagram, and I'm just now remembering this. It's terrible. This thing, I made it up myself. She asked me about this thing. And I knew that this had a lot of floss in it, so I was like, oh, what can I do to keep it under control? And so I thought, oh, I'll just make a little, I don't know what you call it, a little folder thingy. So it looks like this. Like this. And it was just something I was playing around with, trying to figure out. If I would do this different, I would use a stabilizer of like the foam, because it's way too floppy, which is kind of nice because it fits in my bag really easily, but I overthought it and then didn't figure out the most obvious. I don't know, do people do that where you're like, you think it through, and then the most obvious problem is gonna just be like, I can't believe I didn't think about that. That's me. I do that a lot. But so it could be improved. I can't even open this magnet, it's so strong. Okay, there it goes. But so it just kind of opens up, and then it has a tie up here, so it holds it all in, and it keeps them very nice. I mean, they're nice and flat, and they get thrown in the bag. So that part I do like. I just didn't like how it's too floppy, so like the weight of it makes it fall over and whatnot. But so I just have to reevaluate what I did. But it goes, and plus my bag was really big, so I was thinking, oh, it's just going to get really jumbled in there because my bag is really big. I'll show you the bag. But I mean, it all fits in there. It needed to be a bigger bag to fit all the stuff. But this is my bag. So it fits in there very nicely. I just wish that I would have used like a foam stabilizer. I forget what that's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh boy. Avalanche. Got an avalanche on the floor. Okay. So my next one is, it was an exclusive. This is Rose Hill Farm Sampler and Pin Keeps. And I saw that barn and knew I needed to stitch it, and I was super, super excited about it. So I got the kit, and I am stitching this with two friends, Christina from Christmasnonnaofthree. She does beautiful work. You should follow her. And Pat of patjoriley. I'll put them down below, their Instagrams. Pat's already finished hers. She finished hers so fast. It's beautiful. And then Christina, she's getting down to the barn. So she's getting a lot of good progress. And I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to stitch on that dark linen, but it looks beautiful on the linen. It is a little harder to stitch on, but it's really pretty. So this is where I'm at. And I just love that little bee down there. It does. It looks beautiful on the linen. So I highly recommend sticking with the linen that it calls for. It is really pretty. It's just, you gotta make sure you have some good lighting. And these are the called for. So that was really fun to start with them. And that was for Christina's birthday start. She's so sweet. My next one was I think it was a New Year start. It's the Be a Friend by Needlework Press. And I started this with Ginger and Tina, and I think we all are doing the bottom part. Ginger's already finished hers. I'm pretty sure she just did her bottom part. But it's a beautiful sampler. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Shrekie's Tan Needle Bling Designs with the called for. And this is how far I got. And I changed it to where I put in their initials here instead of, I think there were motifs there. I don't have much more to go. I should really just finish it. And those are the called for. next one is Fanny Brambley by Hands Across the Sea. I love this one. I love stitching this one. I'm using the called for 103s, and I'm stitching this on Lap and Loops 40 count small potatoes. That border is a great rhythmic border that you don't even need, once you get into it, you don't even need to look at the chart. You just stitch. And it's really beautiful. In person, it is so dainty and beautiful. I'm leaving this one out. I'm going to start stitching on this one again. It's so pretty. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, next pile. Last pile. Yeah. Not too bad. Okay, this one is a new start. I just started this one a couple of days ago, and it's Threadwork Primitives American Eagle. And I'm stitching this on 40 count. Dolly Madison. This is beautiful linen. This is by Needle and Flax. And this is where I'm at. And I'm using the called for 2 colors, Blackboard and Cherry Cobbler. Oops. That one. And then this one, I got in like a real, like, I'm gonna finish it. So I worked on it pretty good because I didn't have very much left. And then every time I did, I'd stitch on it for a day and think, oh, I want to go stitch on something else. So that's just the way it is. And this is Frances Poole by Brenda Gervais. And this is another one of my older whips. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Dirty Teacup by Needle and Flax with the called for, except for I changed Confederate Gray to Mountain Mist because I wanted it to be more of a blue than a gray, because my gray was very gray. And this is where I'm at. Oh my gosh, I'm so close. It's silly, really. So I'll leave this one out. I'll try to do one of those, the thread a day thing, and because she's just so close. These are the colors, they're really pretty. I haven't seen a whole lot of people finish that one. And then this one is one I started with my friend Jen, and she has a floss tube. Oh my gosh, that's how long it's been since I've done one of these. She has a floss tube. I'll link it down below. I thought I wrote it down somewhere. I did not. It was her birthday start, and so we started this together. Well, I know that on Instagram she's JC Hudson 44. So if you go to her on Instagram, you'll be able to find her floss tube. But watch her floss tube. She's really great, very sweet. This is A Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs, 40 count Almond Milk by Grace Notes with the called for. And this is where I'm at. We were stitching this on the 14th of every month, but I haven't been. I've been picking it up randomly. It's terrible. Terrible. Here are the called for. They're beautiful colors. So this has been a lot of fun to stitch, and so many people have finished theirs and they're beautiful. And this is in a bag I made for us. I think that's, what is that? That's laundry basket? Yes, laundry basket. My next one was the birthday start for Diane Sutton, and it's the Scarlet House Smith sampler. And this is the one I did the Roxy floss conversion. So this is the floss colors. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Anna by Tropical Stitches, and this is where I've gotten the white, like the bird. You can see it better in person, but it is kind of washing out here. But I am really loving this one too. I worked on it really seriously for a while and then put it away. But it's very pretty. I like the colors, and that linen is gorgeous. I like stitching with Diane. We stitch about the same speed because we jump all over the place. So I don't have to ever worry about her finishing something and leaving me in the dust. Okay, this next one I started pretty recently, and it is Only Once a Home by Samplers and Stitches. This is Carol. Oh my goodness. I saw it and I immediately went and downloaded it. It's beautiful. And Laura from Brenda and Laura, she started it too. And I think she's either almost done or finished. But it's, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And it has little smalls. And so I am stitching this on 40 count Antiquity by number 12 Stitch Co. And that's how far I've gotten. I love this linen. It's beautiful. It's got just a slight modeling. It's just perfect. I'm trying to see. There. But I love it. These are the colors. That was a fun new start. I just stopped everything and immediately started it. And I worked on it for, I think, a week before I started something else. And I think the only reason I put it down was because I had a new start scheduled with somebody that I needed to put it down for. This next one I started with my friend Diane again, and it's Hannah Elliott. This is Needlework Press, and I love, at first I thought, oh, this is going to be a big one, I'll just do this or this. No, I love it all. I'm probably just going to stitch it all. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Brea by Needle and Flax, and this is where I'm at. And I changed a few of the colors. Mainly the blues, because again, I'm very picky about blues, and so I darkened them up a bit, but I think it's turning out good so far. I really like it. I like the colors on this linen. I love this linen. My next one, my last one, this is a fairly recent start. It's the heartstring samplery, His Eye is on the Sparrow, and many people are stitching this every Sunday. And I wanted to start it on Easter, but the place I ordered it from, they said they would get it by then, and they didn't, and I still haven't gotten a call from them. So luckily, I think I got on Hollis Hands, and she's an unreliable. You can always, Hollis Hands creates, you can order from her, you'll get it. But so I'm stitching this on 40 count Ida, 40 count Ida by Tropical Stitches, which she was so sweet. She made this one. I was like, I need a big piece, and you know, just message her if you need anything. She's amazing customer service. Tropical Stitches. Can't say that enough. But this is my start. And these are the called for. There was one that I couldn't find anywhere, and luckily my sweet friend Linda, she had it in her stash, and so she gave it to me. And she's also stitching this, and then she has a floss tube. I'll link it down below. And everybody, lots of people are starting this. I thought about writing a list of everybody who's working on it, but that was a long list, and I thought, no, I'll forget somebody. So, but yeah, I'll work on that on Sundays, and until I decide that I'm not going to do that anymore, because that's what I do. And that's all my whips. I don't know how long this video is because I had to pause it or stop it because my son knocked on the door. So I don't know if I have time for other things, so I think I'm going to just do it. And then if it's too long, then I'll cut it and save it. I'm just talking through this with you. You probably won't see this part. I'll probably edit it out. So I'm going to do finishes. So I had a couple finishes. I've been doing smalls right now. I've been enjoying smalls because it's that gratification of getting something finished. And so one thing I finished is Threadwork Primitives Noble Woman's Pouch. This one was fun. I did not enjoy stitching on 30 count with 2 threads. It was hard for me. People who can stitch with 2 threads and then they lie perfectly and beautiful, I don't know how you do it, because it was a mess and it was hard, and I was about ready to throw it down and give up, but I thought, no, I want to make this pouch. So I stuck with it, and here it is. So it's a called for linen and called for floss. I wanted it to be as close to the original as possible, and I think it turned out really cute. It's got a little pocket where you put things in. Fun. So she gives great directions on how to sew it together. She says to whip stitch, and I am impatient and I just use my machine. It probably would have been prettier if I would have stitched it down by hand, but that's okay. It's still pretty. And then, but yeah, that part was really easy. I struggled more with the 2 threads over 30 count than I did actually making the pouch. So if anybody's intimidated by the project, don't be. She gives really great instructions on how to make it. If you have any questions, you can ask me too. So there's that one. And then I did the Calico Confectionery American Heritage. I did just this middle part. I stitched this for Memorial Day, and I stitched it in one day. And then I turned it into a little flag to go in my little tin. It's a little flag. That was fun. I did this on 32 count, which again was not my favorite, but I did it with 1 thread, so it was easier. And yeah, I think it turned out really cute. And this is the chenille it. I just sewed it around and then roughed it up like I do, and I think it turned out really cute. And then I just have this sitting out there in a display. And another finish I had, was Animal Cracker Series Bobbin by Stacy Nash. These guys are so cute. And I finished him pretty quickly because he was so much fun. And so he is on a spool connected to another spool. But he turned out so cute. He was a lot of fun to make. A little hard because the counting, it's the fill in, but you have to count because it's changing colors and whatnot. Not a whole lot. Anyways, but he turned out so cute, and now I'm going to do more of them because it's adorable and fun. And so those were my finishes. Okay, so I think that's it. I talked about my whips and my haul, and that was a long video, and I don't even know if it's all going to get put into this video. If it gets scrapped, I might have to just, I don't know, figure it out. It's too much. It's too much in one video. I ain't trying to make a movie here. Okay, so that's it. I will be back in who knows how long. I am going to, in the next week or so, do a quilt video. I like the separation of the two because I feel like I can really focus on the two different things without feeling rushed. So I will be coming out with one of those next, so I think I'll just do every other video, like floss tube, quilt tube, floss tube, quilt tube. So, well, that's my plan. So thank you for watching today, and now that I've caught back up, I'm going to try to be more organized. No promises. And we'll see how things go, and hopefully I get a lot done by the next time I see you guys.